shot with this song. You were very excited about it. You're very excited, and I get the concept of Jeremy over Footloose. It's fun, very fun. You said it was a medley.
No, I said it was a mashup.
Oh, okay. It's fun.
Macho Man Randy Savage just showed up before, but
I saw that.
Okay.
It's DJ Cumberbund, which that's a little pandery, you know. I know you're pandering to me. I don't know how I feel about this.
How about I skip to the end?
I skip to the end to really wow us.
There we go. All right. Rest in peace, real Jeremy.
Sorry, real Jeremy, for your loss or for dying.
Here we go.
Going into Rolling Down a River. This is a thing when you're stoned that you think is incredible. This is a thing.
The ending.
It's very fun. It's a thing where if I were stoned very high at home and I watched that, I'd be like, that's really cool.
Art is different in different forms.
All love blends together. Welcome to the Bonfire, Sirius XM Faction Talk 103. I'm Dan Soder. Big J. Okerson is in Los Angeles filming a whole bunch of fun shit. Then he's going to the Super Bowl to watch his Philadelphia Eagles take on the Kansas City Chiefs. He'll be back Tuesday. Filling in, my good buddy Dan St. Germain.
First time caller, a long time listener.
Don't do that ever again.
Okay.
Most of the crew is here. DJ Lou, Christine Marie Evans, and Jacob Patat in studio at home via Skype or whatever it's called now, Zoom. Our Black King, the Black Tiger, Lewis Johnson. Lou, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's a winner, but I think you should play it for Jay on Tuesday, and I think I could be wrong.
He'll fucking hate it, especially if the Eagles lose.
Well, if the Eagles lose, you can't play it for a while.
Never.
But if the Eagles win, you might be able to ride it in.
Okay.
It is a big game, and that is a lot coming back on Tuesday.
What would Jay's favorite mashup be, I think?
Corn and
Barbra Streisand.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say like Deftones and Toto. You know, if someone did like
that
a really
sounds like
good,
a cool name of band already.
Deftones and Toto. Yeah, like if you got like a weird. I'm trying to think of what another one would be, like ODB and like Kill Switch Engage. Mm-hmm. Right? What do you think? You're his lover.
Maybe like Ambrosia and Slipknot.
Okay. Oh, I like that. I could see some Ambrosia and Slipknot coming together.
Yeah.
Man, when mashups started happening.
Ambrosia.
You don't know? Dude, Ambrosia's got.
Here, you do.
Jay just
Maybe I know like a song. I just don't
Jay
know.
just did this to me recently, but we can do it with you. Ambrosia's got hits. Bring up some of their hits. You absolutely know Ambrosia. They've got
if
a
you
lot.
like pina colada.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Don't even fucking get near that one.
It's a great song.
Black Lou, you there?
I'm here.
Hey, buddy. You're at home.
What's up?
We were walking in the studio today, and St. Germain was talking about, you guys are all NFC East with the Eagles in the Super Bowl. You're a Cowboys fan.
Boo.
DSG's a Giants fan.
Yay.
Are you cheering for the Eagles, St. Germain?
I am cheering for the Eagles just because of Jackson Mahomes.
That's what we talked. We talked about it last week,
Right? And I think there's a conspiracy because my video's taken off of TikTok. I post one video about Jackson Mahomes, immediately 80,000 views, and then taken off.
Really?
It said abuse.
Abuse? Why? What did you say?
All I said was like he's up there in the dance box, live streaming while his followers tell him to kill himself, and I think that's what it did.
Yeah, probably. Did you see Patrick Mahomes' dad?
No, I haven't seen his dad.
Bring up Patrick Mahomes' father smoking a cigar on the sidelines. He's an old black dude.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you got there, a cigar? And he keeps going, I got that Joe Burrow. He's like, because Joe Burrow always smokes a cigar.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, I would love to see a conversation between him and Jackson.
It's, something tells me Patrick's got a lot of family. You know what I mean?
Oh, like people showing up being like,
yeah.
Patrick, see if you can find the video of him smoking the cigar. But his dad played Major League Baseball.
Yeah, so his dad has still got that. It's got to be so weird to grow up with like a professional athlete dad, all that confidence, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
especially.
my dad is a professional writer, so it's like, I have confidence. Like, I know all of Aeschylus's The Oresteia, you know?
I can write prose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different when you have probably a professional athlete dad that's like, you're going to win, and all we do in this household is win.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot.
Meanwhile, my mom in our house the whole
Chinking
time
a
was like,
dumpling ass.
yeah, my mom was like, we'll survive. Let's just hope we survive. This is him. Oh, yeah, play this. But there's another video of him on the sidelines.
Light that shit, baby! Light it! Light it!
Oh, that's Jackson?
That's
Also,
Jackson.
The one that's yelling, who is that? Is that Mahomes' mom or his wife?
I don't know.
His
man.
wife has got a shrieking yell.
Hey, babe. She's just trying to. She's holding on, man.
She's
trying to hold on.
She's like Tom Cruise on the side of that plane in Mission Impossible.
She does all her own stunts.
Yeah, dude,
In this
she's
marriage,
like,
she does all her own stunts.
Here's his dad.
How's it feel to be headed back to Super Bowl? It feels great, you know. My baby boy did what he always do. You know, he gonna show up. And
God, I would love to
show
have an
out.
old black dad right about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you big head
I
doing?
mean, you would settle for any dad, but old black.
White, black, white, green, purple. Don't give a fuck.
All the colors of the rainbow.
Oh, dude, I'll take an alien dad.
Can I have a light, bright dad?
When we were writing that show, when we were writing Stone Cold, or coming up with the idea for Stone Cold Law, Dan and I were doing the joke that we'd start calling Steve Austin our work dad. Where we'd be like, "Hi, work dad," and he's like, "I'm gonna need you to stop calling me that." So you're my dad now. I love you, work dad. He's
Fingers
like,
crossed.
Please don't, dude. His dad, though, you know that there was that moment where he knew Jackson was soft and Patrick was the one. You know, where they were like Jackson was crying over a busted knee, and he's like, "Well, pouring it all into Patrick."
Well, I have one son who's just throwing bombs, and the other one who keeps recreating TLC's "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls." I wonder which one's going to turn out great.
Which one am I going to give my time and attention to? The kid that can throw a football 40 yards on a
I
dime?
wonder which one's going to be the generational player.
Yeah. Patrick's going, "Dad, I just learned how to throw running backwards." And then Jackson goes, "Dad, look at this. If I make my butt go like this." He goes, he's smoking a cigar. He goes, "And when I came to a fork in the road, I choose left."
Like that's the thing is we don't know like a Skip Montana, you know? There wasn't like a
Dude,
live streamer there, like some guy in booty storage, so he was like Dan Marino's brother that we had to deal with.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
Ron Marino.
Yeah.
Just a crazy gay in South Beach.
Rod Marino.
Yeah.
He's got like the Rod Stewart hair.
He's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Rod Marino. I love cocaine, crashing cigar boats."
I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the Roger Clinton of.
Yeah.
Like you can't even compare Frank Stallone. Frank Stallone had a song. You know what I mean? Frank Stallone is way ahead.
Frank Stallone had hits, a hit.
He had a hit.
Take me back.
He had a hit.
Yeah, he had a hit.
He had a hit.
Jackson Mahomes, though, is also, we talked about this when Jay was here, but he has caused problems for Patrick.
We had the whole restaurant thing, right, where he asked for like
We didn't even talk about that.
Oh, you didn't even talk about that one.
No, we got to talk about the restaurant one. We talked about when he filmed himself in the Sean Taylor Memorial.
Oh, I didn't even remember that.
Oh, dude, there was a roped off thing. They were dedicating the number 28 to Sean Taylor, and he was in it doing a fucking TikTok.
How old
dance.
is he? 28 or?
I don't know.
I mean, he looks like a Pixar character.
Yeah.
It doesn't help how cartoonish his face looks. You know, like
he looks like he's in The Incredibles.
yeah. It looks like if you make if you like did a comedy movie about Jackson Mahomes, like Patrick Mahomes' dipshit brother, that's like
if you
the
showed
art.
me-
That would be the art. You know, like
if you showed me this, I'd be like, "That's too on the nose."
yeah, that's two on the nose.
Where he's like, yeah, then he's this incredible quarterback, seemingly out of nowhere.
All I know is Archie Manning should thank this guy because I have no problem with him in those Caesars commercials after this.
Yeah, he goes, "Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, thanks for taking the heat off me."
He keeps it cool, keeps it on the DL. Just
goes,
do my lines, get out.
I'm not gonna lie, you even got Cooper some money back there, and I really appreciate that. Yes,
That's what I meant, Cooper.
I'm surprised that he's not more in the press because the Super Bowl's 2 weeks. They run out of stories by the end of the week.
They're very selective though. It's like remember that Thanksgiving game this year, and the Jerry Jones
him.
segregation, when
Yeah.
he was 12 in Arkansas, that came out and nobody mentioned it.
He's doing
the
this.
whole week.
He's doing this face. He's just watching racism like this. He's
like Wilson in Home Improvement. He was like over the fence.
It was fucking straight up. He's in like a historical picture for racism. Like, what's going on over there? What are you guys doing? Black Lou, as a Cowboys fan, that picture comes out and you're like, son of a bitch, right?
No, I'm like, please fire this dude. Get him out of the organization so we
man.
can finally win something.
Yeah, give the
He is the organization.
Yeah,
though.
dude, they should give the organization to Byron Allen. Just have him buy it. Spend all that fucking Comics Unleashed money. Because Byron Allen was going to try to buy the Broncos.
I hear you do a trick play like this.
Yeah. I heard you get first downs. What's that like?
What's that like?
Yeah.
No, he's just rolling.
Oh, dude, I love Jerry. Dude, I knew Jerry Jones was evil. I mean, there's been several examples, but the 2020 draft, when they did it all via Zoom, can you bring up a picture of Jerry Jones on his yacht during the draft? It looked like a Superman villain. Just the way he was, where he was like, well, of course, I'm out here on my draft, and I'm going to tell you who I'm gonna buy first in the first round.
Imagine how unlikable Dan Snyder has to be.
That all these other guys are like, what a dick.
Yeah, that Jerry Jones never gets shit because. Can we say, yeah, we can, right?
Yeah, we can cuss all you want.
Yeah. But like, he never gets shit. He never gets shit.
Yeah, look at that, dude. Look at that fucking. That was him on his boat.
Oh my god, look at
and he's
that.
like, hey, a white couch, a pure. That's on a yacht.
We do things a little differently on this yacht.
Now you understand the Salvation Army is a feeder school that gives me little children to hunt. I go to an island similar to Epstein's, except for fucking we do some.
Do you think that's how these billionaires they're like, look, I may have a reserve where I hunt the homeless, but I don't touch little kids.
Oh, Jesus
like that's
Christ.
they're like, hey, I'm not that.
Children are pure, but if you're addicted to heroin, I'll hunt you. I'll try to kill you. He goes, and by the way, adrenochrome is real. He just confirmed something where you're like, oh, man. Yeah, Dan Snyder, I asked McDaniel, I was like.
Everybody hates that guy.
McDaniel was the receivers coach in Washington for 4 years.
And what did he think about him?
I was like, what about Snyder? He's like, worst owner I've worked for. Yeah. He's like, by a long shot.
Well, the thing about Snyder, which was hilarious, is that he got in front of everybody where they were trying to force him out earlier this year.
Yeah, he's like, I got dirt on all you.
I got dirt on all you, and it all went away.
Everyone went.
Jim Irsay took out his jam band guitar and put it back. You know,
dude, I forget where the fuck we were. Oh, we were at my grandma's house for Thanksgiving, and Katie and I kept seeing this commercial for the Jim Irsay collection. Jim Irsay, for those of you who don't know, owns the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
Little bonfire context. He owns the Indianapolis Colts, but he's also like a party dude.
Oh, classic DUI photo.
Yeah, he's got bring up Jim Irsay.
His DUI photo is like, I'm having fun right now.
Yeah.
Like
he really does.
He looks like he got out of a sauna for like 10 hours.
His life is constant Margaritaville. I think he had a brain implant where it just.
Yes. If you want to know what Dan St. Germain looks like during a relapse, hello, Jim Irsay's DUI photo.
And look at him, by the way, that second picture with his hats and he's got a spill on it. That's a man that's on HGH. He's like in shape. He's like rich guy in shape.
Oh my god, yeah.
And he's got a sideways hat. And he goes,
he's got the plugs going.
I won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I used to be a AFC like Colts were my team for a while because I was like a Peyton fan.
Because you liked Peyton?
Yeah, but now
Do you still like Peyton? Or are you annoyed
I still
with
liked
him?
it, but yeah, still of course.
I get annoyed with him now.
He's making more money hand over fist.
No, I mean that goes without saying. I'm
Yeah.
just like him and Eli's shtick of like, well, I guess we're just regular old
Davidson
guys.
moved on from John Mulaney to Eli though.
Yeah. He's like, hey,
upgraded.
Eli, I'm gonna break you. Eli's gonna start doing blow and dating like.
I don't know what else you could break. Eli already looks like the little boy in The Firm who witnesses the murder.
Yeah, where he's
like
got the
every time
earring.
there's just like a default look on him. He looks like he just witnessed a crime in the woods.
He goes, well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Peyton was the funny. I mean, obviously, he's the funnier one.
Super funny guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. So
I wrote
because
on a
you were-
roast that he was on. He was great.
Really? Was he a nice guy?
I wasn't there the week of filming. I was there like a couple weeks beforehand, and he was apparently really nice. You know? It was the Rob Lowe one.
Oh, okay. The roast a lot, Rob Lowe.
Yeah, but he was like, I mean, I think he was great because also they had Ann Coulter who came in and she said, I'm going to write my own stuff.
Which you got to be like, okay.
There you go.
Good
Have
luck.
fun. Yeah,
Jim
did not go great for her.
But when we were watching this commercial, it just kept playing when we were in the Bay Area where it was like, the Jim Irsay collection. And apparently he's just bought in a bunch of like historical, cultural shit.
Wait, so it's in the Bay Area? It's being
it
advertised.
tours. It goes around. I swear to God, he just takes his goods and fucking his
You read this
wares.
article a couple weeks ago. They had this whole like.
Look, here it is, the Jim Irsay collection.
Awesome. Holy
This is what
shit.
I mean. We kept seeing rock and roll American history. We kept
Always
seeing-
Cabo Wabo in my mind.
Yeah,
It feels
Look,
like.
but he's got Ringo's Beatles drum kits, which leads
That's
us.
a nice get.
Which I mean, that's
John Lennon's glasses.
He's got Jackie Robinson rookie card. He really is just a rich guy that goes, "Want to see all my stuff? Pay me $15, you can see all my stuff."
I mean, if you rob stuff, this seems like an easy mark.
Yeah,
You
this
know
is
what
like
I
an
mean?
Ocean 11's plot.
Yeah,
Where
you know,
they're
it's like white trash Ocean's 11.
Yeah, where they
Ocean
go-
7-Eleven.
Like, we can get this guy. We can go steal this card. Jacob, you have been teasing all week, and I haven't got to it. A Beatles story involving your family.
Yeah. You said you were out, but I didn't remember the
You guys watched the Hey
family
Jude video,
history. My one of my aunts is in the Hey Jude video.
which I
When
didn't.
they're all in
Really?
the room playing,
Oh,
filled
wow.
with people. She's
Did
one
you
of
have a
the people.
hot aunt?
She's all right.
Is your aunt hot, dude? Dude, come on. We're in the day and age of brazzers. You can say so. Did one of the Beatles think she
Did
was
she ever
hot?
get stuck in a
think so.
drawing machine?
Yeah.
She has the biggest scrapbook you've ever seen. She was at Paul McCartney's house.
She goes,
She's got pictures
he
with
goes, oh, I remember her. She was quite the bird.
Jimi Hendrix. She's got
Hendrix?
She's got an album with photos with every rock star you can imagine from
Was
the 60s.
she a backstage Betty?
I don't think so. She just somehow knew where they were all staying. and
Sounds like
showed
our
up.
animated show if this one doesn't work.
She goes,
Jacob, I'm going to tell you right now, I sucked off the mamas and the papas.
And any other relatives they have.
I had some cousins and some associates.
Hey
stuff.
Jude, I used to have a
Never
bit about
did.
this on my first episode, but it's the weirdest song because it's like Paul McCartney wrote the song about John Lennon and his son, right? What a weird thing to bring. Hey, you know how you're tearing your family apart? Well, I wrote this beautiful ballad about it.
He goes,
Hope that's cool.
This is about my family. When he reads it, he goes,
Imagine if I
well,
brought a pilot and it was about like you and your dad and you
Yeah.
didn't know I was like writing it.
I go, St. Germain, can I talk to you real quick outside?
It's a real
First
and then you
off,
read it and you're like, fuck this.
you know how
We gotta
good-
use this.
you know
He's
how-
so pissed. Like, you wrote about fuck this hook. We gotta use it.
Yeah, he really did that thing where he goes, I think that's kind of creepy. I think it's kind of creepy you wrote it about me, but it's a fucking good song.
It's a banger.
It's a banger.
Had
This
that moment.
he goes, this thing fucking slaps.
Yeah.
Like I did my first wife.
Oh, jeez. Hey now.
Hey, Dad. But I didn't know that Hey Jude was that. I didn't know Paul McCartney wrote it about
Julian.
John
He
Lennon.
wrote about Julian
About
Lennon.
Julian, yeah.
It's very weird. It's a
So
very
how did
weird
your aunt?
story.
Because we definitely
that's
didn't talk
not
about it
the-
when I was here.
Okay, so that's just an aside. That's one link to the Beatles.
Is this your father's side or your mother's side?
My mom's side.
All right, bunch of
So-
backstage Bettys. What's their
My mom, but
maiden
there's
name?
my mom, Paris.
The Parises.
Yeah.
Ooh, what a sexy last name
Yeah.
too. Sorry to sex up your mom's family.
No worries.
I'll shout out to Mr. Batat
It's a very
for
horny
landing a hottie.
episode.
Well, so that aunt, but she had her other two sisters. One was my mom, and then there's my other aunt, their other sister. So my grandfather, by trade, was a furrier.
What is
He
that?
started. He traded furs.
Right, really? Like you'd go up
Yeah.
into the Rocky Mountains and get like beaver pelts?
Well, no, this was in Europe.
A furrier
This-
now sounds like organ trafficking, but with furries. You
No.
He goes, I stole a guy in a fucking puppy suit.
Keep in mind, this is not today where it's like you're the devil if you're selling furs. Back then,
Yeah,
it's
Peter-
like Goodfellas.
Peter
you,
was
you
cool
loved
back
your,
then.
Your gumad, you bought him a fur.
Yeah, fur trading.
Exactly. So he started in Europe. In fact, my mom was born in India, in Bombay, because that's where he
Damn,
was
dude.
for a while.
Yeah.
Then they moved to Italy, and then they settled in Queens, and he got a job. He was like the top fur salesman at Bergdorf Goodman.
Yo, dude.
So that's the biggest.
For those of you who don't know, and if you're trash like me and didn't know, Bergdorf Goodman is on 57th and 5th, and it is like the wealthy department store.
Yeah.
It's so wealthy that when I was working at Dos Caminos, my buddy was like, I can maybe get you a job at Bergdorf Goodman as a lunch waiter, and they would walk with 300.
Wow.
I love that restaurant. I go to that restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been to that restaurant?
Oh, I love it.
I had one button-down shirt that was shiny. That wasn't my butt. my blacks for the restaurant. And I went there and the lady's like, okay, well, I need you to work. It says you can't work Fridays or Saturdays. I was like, yeah, because I go on the road doing stand-up. And I was like, sometimes I need Thursdays. And she was like, no, you have to work Tuesday through Saturday. And then sometimes you'll have to pick up Sunday shifts because you're new. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to work that much. And she's like, I found out from my buddy, it was Sergio. Sergio was like, yeah, it's hard to get a job here. Like, I had to be like, this is one of my good friends. And then they brought me in for an interview. And then I showed up like, I don't want to work that much.
Yeah, but if you got it, who knows what would have happened?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a lot of money. They make a lot
That's
of
what I mean.
money.
You may have not done as much comedy.
Yeah, because you're fucking walking with $300 on a lunch is so much fucking money.
That's crazy.
Dude, when I had a day job, like security, I did nothing. That's like why it was the greatest job ever. Like,
Yeah.
I never had to worry about...
It's crazy you were security at the Met.
At the Met for 3 years. I just had to worry about getting fired.
Like, there was all this highbrow culture stuff, and it's just Saint Germain being like, I'm writing jokes. He's just writing jokes in your head. Yeah. I remember your old joke where you were like, Michelle Obama came to the Met.
That was a true story,
and they wouldn't let you be there.
They wouldn't let me be in the front because I was a problem guard, yes.
Yeah.
They
And
caught me wheelchair racing in the basement.
That's very funny.
true.
But Saint Germain had a great punchline where he goes, what are they afraid I'm going to run up to her and go, Michelle Obama, will you sign my Michelle Obama action figure? Really, it's just Storm in a pantsuit. But yeah, man, that's like working at those fancy ass places like Bergdorf Goodman. Walking inside of it when I applied for that job, I was like, this is fucking crazy. It's like,
And that's like...
it's like Macy's on steroids. It's like,
Yeah.
I went to train at a fine dining place like once. I got sent home because of my shoes.
Really?
But the waiter, oh yeah. I was like, I had
Brought
sneakers
those
on.
California Pizza Kitchen shoes in there?
I had sneakers and they were like, you need dress shoes. And I was like, I didn't have any fucking money to get dress shoes to go train for a job I might not get. But
For real.
The waiters there, they would make like $1,500 a week, which at the time was like,
It still is.
I was looking for like $500 a week
That's
at
what
the time.
That's what, when I would hit 500 as a lunch waiter, I was like, that was good. And Dos Caminos like was popular when I
Dos
started.
Caminos is a big, that's still kind of a thing.
Nah, it's all right. But like when Christina and I used to work there, it was like kind of a big deal to get dinner shifts because they would make
I was
a lot of money.
stoked to get a job there. Dos
Yeah.
Caminos was like one of the hot restaurants.
But Bergdorf Goodman, back to your story, that's fucking high society.
And that's when... That's in the 2000s, the early 2000s, I
yeah,
guess. When
so
you
this is
were-
before 08.
50s, 60s, and 70s. This is like, it's the biggest department is famous. It's where all the old Hollywood came to get fitted for suits.
It's still got that energy. It's still got that like
giant pedigree. Like
This is where Fatty Arbuckle dropped off that dead tramp.
But my
He goes,
grandfather...
remember that? We had to shovel her in the basement. the secrets that are in there?
Yeah, old-timey secret.
Can I tell you something? The electricity here is fueled by dreams.
You know, Preston Sturgis used to eat the meat of a newborn.
Because the head of MGM would only have a sandwich if it was Filipino hooker shit. But so they're working in there.
Well, so my grandfather started working in there, I think in the mid-50s when they moved to America. And he was beloved, but I think it's like the second floor was the fur shop, and every celebrity from actors to sports stars would go in there.
Just to put on
met them
fur,
all.
Just
Broadway
to put on,
Joe.
He met
oh
them
yeah,
all.
he definitely knew Joe
guarantee you
Namath.
he met him. But one day, the story is that Ed Sullivan was apparently a gigantic pussy hound. He had girlfriends everywhere.
Yeah, they say
And
that a
so-
lot in the bio, like when they're
You
talking
think he
about it.
made them call his dick Papa Jiju?
So he apparently one of the girlfriends came in to get her mink coat because Ed, as a celebrity, took care of his women.
Which, by the way, was that coat was a pre-nut promise.
No, yeah.
He goes, I'll get you the finest mink. And then he came and went, what are you still doing here? I don't know. Go get the coat.
So many adorable woodland creatures were slaughtered for
How
Ed
many-
Sullivan side pieces.
So many.
All this side pussy. You got a forest killed.
Sorry, kid.
Here you go. Sorry, I like to fuck.
Well, Dan, keep that in mind for story number 2,
right.
because that comes into play. So anyway, yeah, because my grandfather fitted one of Ed Sullivan's bimbos for a mink coat, he got tickets for my other aunt to go see the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show in '65.
The premiere.
What?
No, it wasn't their premiere. It was one of I think they were on multiple times.
Okay.
So I think it was their third time on the
I mean,
Ed
I'm
Sullivan
acting like
And you
it.
got paid to do it then, right? Like that was like Ed Sullivan. It was like very, like I think it was Carson who started the. Oh no, it's promotional. Before that, you would get like
Look that up. See if
stupid
you used to
money.
get paid to go on Ed Sullivan.
I think
Yeah.
Ed Sullivan, and who was the guy after that everybody, the guy Jack,
Jack Parr?
Jack Parr, and yeah.
They would.
The first time the Beatles were on were '64, and then they did it again when Ed Sullivan did a remote show in Miami. That was their second time on Sullivan, and then they came back to New York.
You know, Ed Sullivan went to Miami just for the puss.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
It
Can
was
you
just
imagine?
it was a pussy. It was a pussy work
Probably
trip.
him and a few other guys like trying to overthrow Cuba down there.
Yeah, he goes, "Have you been to the island of pussy?" He goes, "It's insane."
But that's I think that's a great link to how to another one of my aunt's another Beatles link to my family. But,
In the Hey Jude video and
now this
at a Sullivan performance.
Yeah. So story number 2.
Okay.
I think this was late '60s, early '70s. My grandfather, again.
Pussy hound. I start mixing
I mean,
up the
all
characters.
the people are coming in.
I go, your grandpa's got side pieces. He's fucking everybody.
Well, my aunt just told me all these stories.
Was she
a
drunk?
Celebrity
This sounds like a
couple came
story where they're like hammered and she goes, "You want to know something about your grandpa? He fucked Ed Sullivan. He got hammered and he let Ed Sullivan take him."
Pryor, Brando, and Ed Sullivan all experimented together.
Yeah, that's the new one. The one when Pryor and Brando came out, like
Yeah.
Jennifer Lee Pryor was like, "Yeah, I mean, Rich Pryor used to fuck Brando," and then his daughter Rain was like, "No, he didn't."
I heard some rumors during the Foxhole days.
Really?
I heard some things.
You heard? Damn!
can't
Shout
say
out
that.
Foxhole.
Yeah.
Dude, if someone came to me now and was like, "Your dad used to get butt fucked by Will Clark," I'd be like, "It's pretty cool."
Yeah, it depends on
I
who's
love
doing
Will
the
the
butt
Thrill.
fucking. Like, I guess that one's cool. Hoover would be rough. J. Edgar Hoover.
Just-
That would probably be the roughest.
Oh yeah, man. So story number 2.
So she told me that a celebrity couple came into Bergdorf Goodman one day.
The famed second floor.
Yeah.
Fur
and my
floor.
grandfather's there, as he always is. And he's trying to sell them these fur coats, but the couple, they insisted that they wanted monkey furs. 2 matching monkey furs.
How?
And apparently, the only word she used to describe my grandfather's reaction to this was disgust. He was disgusted.
That they want like chimp fur?
Actual monkey furs he want. I guess that's a special order because I don't think they had monkey fur on hand.
It's not even like good fur.
Dude,
I
Who do you-
honestly, in the world of fur, I don't know. I don't know what's like. Is fox?
Look at a monkey versus a fox.
Yeah, a fox looks great with its
know?
coat, and then a monkey is just like mangy. You just pick lice
Yeah, it looks
out
like
of
Hank Azaria or something.
I think it was to be outrageous because guess who the couple was?
Machine Gun Kelly and Megan.
No.
John and Yoko?
John and Yoko.
Of
Very good.
course. Of course. Do you know that? Do you have that Chuck Berry video of when
Yeah.
Yoko starts screaming and you see Chuck Berry go? It's one of the. You ever seen that video?
Yeah, it's great.
Have you seen it, DJ Lou?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's one of my. We'll tweet it out. It is one of my favorite things where
Yeah,
Chuck
he
Berry's
just
like
winces.
jamming with John Lennon, and then she's like, "Ah, ah!" and he goes, "There it is. Play it." I fucking love this.
I watched this recently.
Oh, Titanic sink. What are you doing? Just trying to
I
get
think that's that new Titanic show that's supposed to be very funny. in
guys.
the city right now.
Should we go see it?
I'm not into
Parodies.
musicals or drag.
It
It does
is
nothing for me.
Two of those things. There's Emma Willman.
Here we go. So this is John Lennon and Yoko performing with Chuck Berry.
God, man, she was a dime piece back then.
Yeah. Oh my God. There she goes. They're jamming. Watch Chuck Berry's face. He's just thinking about getting farted on later. They cut her mic. Christine, you should start doing this in the middle of a
we
fucking
all
episode.
make fun of like lame stuff
Just when,
celebrities do, but
if like Jay and I are jamming on something stupid, just start going, ah! Ah! Dude, this, I want you to fall. But you don't know. Like, in her ear, do you think it was a jam? Do you think she's like, I'm adding so much to this right now?
Yeah.
She gave her opinion on... Sat in on the Beatles recording sessions.
It's very Corey Feldman-esque.
Yeah. There's
It
like
actually
very
is.
zero awareness.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm killing this.
Like, there's zero talent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
She has albums
wasn't in the Lost
herself. Like,
Boys,
it's
you know?
crazy.
Yeah. She did Goonies. You got to love her. Yeah, but there is a moment where they just cut her mic and they're like, all right, we're going to let Chuck and John jam a little
I think they're
bit.
doing Johnny Be Good, and she just starts screeching.
What a
They cut
fun
her mic
move,
off.
dude.
Yeah, I don't think Chuck Berry's the problem here, Dan.
But you know what? Chuck Berry is the problem outside of here. Oh, this looks edited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's edited. It's the same reaction. Anyways, that is what happened though. But dude, them going in and being like, oh,
And he filled the order. Like they got monkey furs. I don't know how
can
many
you look
monkeys.
up John Lennon and Yoko Ono in monkey fur?
You can barely find a picture of John Lennon without wearing a fur coat. There's
But
an
I want
actual.
to see if
I don't know about.
I want to see if your grandfather's work made it into the history.
I was trying to find it, but then I realized can't tell a monkey fur from a fox fur.
So my question is, were they that wrong in getting one? Maybe it's pretty cool.
But there's a story of him going in one night in the late 70s or mid 70s to Bergdorf Goodman, and I think bought like 80 furs. He was a fur coat crazy.
I didn't know he was that fancy.
Yeah, he
Were
loved
fur coats?
Well, he's wearing one in the
What
Get
is a-
Back video on the rooftop.
What does a
He's
monkey
wearing
coat
fur.
look like?
Yeah, guys, should we get monkey coats for the whole crew in Dan St. Germain? And we'll
my
get Jay's fitting.
My friend determined
Monkey
that
fur coat.
60 monkeys gave their life for both their matching monkey coats.
That's 60 of our cousins.
Oh, that's from
1984.
I don't
Damn,
think-
all right.
You can't get rid of it.
My aunt said there is a picture of them wearing the coats he sold, but I didn't know where.
It's gross. I mean, monkey fur is gross.
Can I
That's
ask
what
you a
I've
question?
discovered from
Did
this
your-
Google image search?
Did your grandfather wear fur coats a lot since he was in the
I
business?
don't think so. He might have worn once, but very rarely.
So he
think
just
there's-
made them. He didn't fuck
He
with
sold them. Yeah, he
Yeah.
traded them.
But sometimes, you know.
Every
And he
time I
sold
think
them.
of a fur coat, I think the classic like B-roll of like celebrities going to Madison Square Garden for a fight.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah,
Isn't that how it gets Denzel in trouble in American Gangster?
That
my
is how we
grandfather
get, yes.
outfitted all of them.
He did.
And
all
Denzel.
the celebrities. Yeah.
Do you think your grandfather can ask you a very honest question that you might not like, but I am interested in? Do you
Please.
think he was racist? Like if black guys came in that played for the
No.
Knicks and were like, I want a coat, and he was like, I'm sorry, we don't do fur coats anymore.
By the time they got the second floor, the first four guys were racist.
You're right.
There
You
was
get
a
past
few
them.
Knicks that had a hard time getting up there, but once
Yeah.
you're up there,
Clyde Frazier was able to get to the second floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you bought a fucking fur coat in New York,
Bergdorf Goodman was the spot. To
and
go
your
to.
grandfather was the fucking man.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Is that
awesome.
Is it all online now? Like, has it completely been blockbustered? Or
Yeah, Christine's ordering our monkey coats as we speak.
I don't know how you get a mink coat now. I don't know who.
No, I mean
or
just
fur coat.
Bergdorf Goodman or whatever.
No, they're still
They're
stores.
still
Yeah,
like
they're on.
busy as shit.
Yeah, they're on. They didn't close down.
Yeah, all the rich people can just act like it's the 90s. I
Yeah,
guess.
they go, I
So
guess
we
it's
go to
just
stars
Oh,
now.
we got good art.
Yeah.
Oh, when there was all this many people last time, there was good art.
That was another thing. They were trying to make us feel. Do you remember this a couple weeks ago? They're trying to make us feel bad for Jack Nicholson because I guess he's got like dementia or something. And they're like, all he does is he spends all day parading his mansion and the home he has next door for his art. He has another home just for his art.
I don't feel bad for
So
him.
it's like, yeah, I would like whatever dementia he has. Do I get those things if I get that dementia?
We talked about Ron Jeremy last week, and he's got dementia, and he's in a hospital, but he thinks he's on a porn set all the time, which has got to be
Seriously?
which has got to be great for him,
my
not
God.
for the nurses.
hilarious.
Yeah, you're coming at Ron Jeremy with a hard.
That is a stinky shift, ladies.
Oh, you gotta change his diaper, and then that boner gets hard. Oh my God, it's like a fucking bear waking up. You're like, no.
Well, it's like, you know that story about Vern Gagne at who was like he
used to run AWA wrestling. You can't go mark out too hard on the show. We got to explain.
Okay,
ourselves.
he used to run AWA wrestling, which was the biggest computer vision man. Anyway, a couple years ago, he killed a guy at his senior home because he body slammed him.
Yeah,
and the cops showed up and were like, "We can't do anything. He's out of it."
Fuck, I had an opener in the Midwest. I think it might have been Minnesota that did that joke about like Vern Gagne killing a guy in a home, and you're like, he got off stage. I was like, "Is that real?" And he's like, "Yeah, he definitely did that."
Yeah.
You know what? Also, I realized when you have a friend like Dan and I both love wrestling. So when he comes on here, like the stuff that we'd normally just talk about,
careful,
it's like two drag queens talking.
Remember like, Buttles at the Glitter Room in '97?
You go, well, of course I don't forget Miss Banana Snacks. She was one of the fiercest bitches that ever worked.
Banana pudding, she had rhythm.
Yeah, like the way we talk about wrestling, I'm like, we got to ungay it a little for everyone at home because we can go deep. Dan St. Germain hanging out. When we come back, I want to talk to DJ Luke because he's been holding on to a story that he finally admitted he's willing to share. Because Bonfire fans can call in and share theirs too.
I'm getting cold feet, but let's talk in the break, and maybe I'll get my confidence back.
You know what? I'm going to pump you up in the break, and we're going to get it done because we really should talk about it. It's great. Dan St. Germain going to be shooting his brand new special at Brooklyn Comedy Club March 2nd at 8 and 10 p.m. Adrian Iapolucci and Anthony DeVito are going to be performing with him. For tickets, go to Dan's Instagram bio at Dan St. St. Germain Germain. What's that, Jacob?
Hey, Dan, can I just make a correction for tomorrow's show?
Yeah.
I attributed an SCTV sketch to an SNL sketch, but I do because I knew the sketch and I just blanked for a second.
The cruise and cooking show. Yeah. So when you listen tomorrow,
Cruise and Gourmet, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's from SCTV. Big J is on the road in Nashville. He's also going to be in St. Louis and Louisville. BigJComedy.com. I'll see you, Vancouver, at the Rio Theater, February 24th and 25th. After that, Salt Lake City, Toronto, and Buffalo. DanSoder.com for tickets. We love you guys. We'll be right back. It's the Bonfire.
Scotty Chaps.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. That was just a portion, a tiny sliver, a morsel of the entire show. You want the whole thing? Go to SiriusXM.com/bonfire for a special offer that is tremendous. It's so good.
It's going to make your family upset with you.
We're going to lose money over here. And you can go to BigJComedy.com and DanSoder.com for our stand-up dates.